Hey everyone, I just had to talk about this. I'm like seeing things online, and it's just gotten so messed up. We're living in a country, we're living in a society where it feels like every other day there is a new headline that just shatters your soul. First, there was that Ukrainian girl who was just minding her own business on a train and got stabbed to death for no fucking reason. Then the news hits about Charlie Kirk being killed on a college campus. And just a couple of fucking days ago, an Indian origin man was beheaded in front of his family at a motel or a washing machine. Yes, a fucking washing machine, I mean. What is happening to us? But what has truly shaken me to my core is the reaction to Charlie Kirk's death. I've been seeing people online, people who probably call themselves good people, actually celebrating his fucking murder. They're making memes, cracking jokes, and cheering like their favorite team just won the Super Bowl. And honestly, I don't care what your political party is. That is just so horrible. Like, that is a level of dehumanization that should scare every single one of us. And look, here's the part that's just heartbreaking. He was a fucking husband and a father. What kind of person hears that and still celebrates? What kind of heart does that? That's what I can't wrap my head around, to be honest. It's not about politics anymore. It's about a complete and total breakdown of empathy. Now, like, before, like, somebody jumps in and says, but you don't even agree with him. And that's the point, isn't it? I have a lot of disagreements with Charlie Kirk. I mean, he said some things that I absolutely don't stand for. When he talked about the Civil Rights Act being an anti-white weapon, or when he called George Floyd a scumbag, I'm sorry, but that's just out of line. And I'm not going to pretend I agreed with him, like, to all of his points or all his political takes. But that's what a fucking normal thinking person does. You agree on some things and you disagree on others. You can do that without wishing someone was fucking dead. There were things I could get behind though. He was all about getting young people involved in politics and creating a space on college campuses to have debates. You know, like the prove me wrong table? The idea of getting out there and debating people face to face using words instead of violence? That's exactly what we need more of. He had a passion for his belief that you have respect. Even if you don't share them, he was a husband and a fucking father. And honestly, the social media part is what's truly terrifying. It's not just that they disagree with him, it's that they see him as a symbol, not a person. And social media just amplifies all of that. It's designed to make us mad. You get caught in these echo chambers where everyone agrees with you. And it feels good to hate on the other side. And it's just not just us. Even the news and the AI are messed up. I saw an article talking about how AI chatbots like Kirk were spreading completely false information about the shooter. Or even saying like Charlie Kirk was still alive after his death was confirmed. The whole thing feels like a fucking trap, to be honest. And what's even crazier is the hypocrisy after like years of conservatives complaining about cancel culture. Now you have people like Vice President J.D. Vance encouraging a campaign to get people fired for expressing a lack of sympathy. A columnist was fired just for quoting Kirk's own controversial statements. Army officers and university professors are being disciplined for just not mourning enough. So it's not okay for the left to cancel, but it's totally fine for the right to do it. It's a vicious cycle of hatred and retribution, and it's turning us into monsters. It's a fundamental betrayal of the free speech principles they claim to fucking believe in. This isn't about Charlie Kirk anymore. It's about how far we have fallen. You can't justify celebrating someone's death by saying, well, he said some bad things. If you think that you have become the very thing you claim to fucking hate. You have let your political disagreements get so far out of control that you have lost your basic humanity. Just think about it. The Ukrainian girl was murdered by a man with mental illness. The Indian man was beheaded over a petty argument about a fucking washing machine. Charlie Kirk was killed for his ideas. Each of these events shows a society that is breaking down, where life has lost its value. We can't just stand by and watch. So what do we do? How do we fix this? The answer isn't another political party or another piece of legalization. It starts with us. It starts with a deliberate daily choice to reclaim our humanity. First, we need to stop rewarding outrage. Just log off, go for a walk, talk to people face to face. Don't let these platforms turn you into something you're not. When you see a celebrity post, don't engage with it. Don't amplify it. Let the hatred wither on the vine. Secondly, we need to learn to embrace complexity. People are not just their worst opinions. You can disagree with someone's ideas while still recognizing their inherent worth as a human being. The world is not black and white, buddy. And thinking in those terms is what leads to the kind of hatred. Finally, we have to start demanding more from our leaders and our platforms. We have to stop letting them manipulate us with anger and fear. We have to tell them we're done being pawns in their culture wars. We have to choose to be better. It's literally an uphill battle, but it's the only one that matters. The alternative is a society where a person's life is worth less than a broken washing machine, where disagreements are settled with violence, and where empathy is a fucking weakness. We can't let that happen. We have to find our way back to being a fucking human, bro.